This plyometric series is great for change of direction as it teaches athletes how to accept and transfer forces. To begin, we will implement 2-foot swipe landings. Have the athlete reach up high until they are on their tippy toes. Then have them swipe their arms down and drop into a semi-squat position on the balls of their feet. Next, progress to single leg landings, having them again reach high until they're on their tiptoes, and then swipe down and land in a stable and athletic position on one foot. Both these movements are great for teaching an athlete to create tension throughout their body so they are better able to accept loads and forces. Once we have worked on our swipe landings, we will progress to lateral bounding. Here, we will have the athlete perform a single leg swipe landing and immediately bound laterally to the other foot. The player should land in a stable and athletic position and hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Next, we will have the player perform 2 consecutive lateral bounds, focusing on being in contact with the ground as little as possible between jumps and sticking the final landing for 2 to 3 seconds. Finally, we will have the athlete perform 2 consecutive lateral bounds and immediately sprint in the opposite direction. After those 2 consecutive lateral bounds, you want to push off and open up those hips so that we're in a nice running position. The key to these lateral bounding drills is to make sure that the player explodes laterally as far as possible, while also maintaining as little contact time with the ground as possible. After our lateral bounding series, we will work on a broad jump series. To begin, we will perform a 2-swipe landing and immediately perform a broad jump and hold the landing for 2 to 3 seconds. Next, we will work on a crossover step and sprint as we will perform a 2-foot swipe landing and broad jump and immediately cross over and sprint in either direction. The key is to drive the knee up and across our body and to explode through our leg on the ground as we sprint to either way. Finally, we will add a visual stimulus for the player to react to. The player will perform a swipe landing and broad jump. As they are landing, a coach or a partner will point in either direction. The player will then have to react and perform a crossover step and sprint in the appropriate direction. Finally, we will do a 2-foot swipe landing and work on dropping back and running in the opposite direction we just jumped. When we perform the drop back, we want to focus on opening up our hips and turning and running. This movement is used by fielders as they have to turn and get a ball hit over their heads.